This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Hi guys, what's up? My name is Kaylee Ellen. Welcome to my channel. This is my wonderful IKEA cabinet. This is the finished product. If you want to know how I made this and how I got everything incredibly neat, then please stay tuned and watch me flail for about 3 hours of real time. Probably a lot shorter for you guys. So if that sounds interesting, then keep on watching. Hello and welcome. Very different situation, but today guys, is cabinet day. Now this isn't going to be filmed amazingly because it's quite tight on space in here, believe it or not. But today, I'm going to transform my cabinet from this rather shitty appearance you see in front of you to a nice, sexy, well-lit plant growing machine. I'm going to take you through everything I've got. I will switch mics in just a second because it's going to be easier. We're just going to go through it. I don't really have a major plan. I've got the theory of how to do this based off watching loads of different YouTube videos, but we're just gonna fuck around and find out. Also, you will probably notice I'm in the most baggy attire you could possibly get. I don't particularly care. I have no makeup on. I don't particularly care. Haters will say it's low effort. Right, let me switch mics. Let's show you what we've got. The first thing I bought, this is in no particular order, was this. This is frosted covering to go on the back of the cabinet. This cabinet's actually going to move, by the way. You might be able to see I have something behind the cabinet, basically. It's actually a saddle pad for my pony. Very cute, but it doesn't belong there. I'm going to move this cabinet along a little bit, further along this side, and I may or may not put this on the back of the cabinet today. I might wait for a vlog, we'll see. This will go on at some point. I'm just going to see how I do once I've fitted out the inside of the cabinet. So we have these. I bought these from Amazon. These are kind of like little triangle half shelves so that we can basically take a glass shelf out, put a couple of these on and create the vibes. They have holes in them and they are acrylic, but they're very thick. So they should be able to hold a nice amount of weight. So I'm not concerned about any weight on them. They're quite sturdy. They're from Amazon. I will link them below if you want. There are others on Etsy, stuff like that. But mine being in the UK, it's a hell of a lot easier to get it from Amazon. I have the lights. The lights are going to be these. These are the Barrina T5s. Basically, whenever you see people do these cabinet videos, they're either using one of two lights. Usually, not all the time. It's either the Barrina T5 or the T8 by another brand beginning with M. I've chosen the T5s. From stuff I read online, people are getting things like burning with the T8s from a different brand. I know that this will be enough for me because this room is actually very bright. So we're not going to have a problem. I also went for this because I couldn't even find the T8s on Amazon on UK. So that's why we're going for that. I then have a potential solution to the cable thing. Right? So obviously there's going to be some cables coming from those lights. How much? Don't know yet. We haven't attempted yet. But I bought some of this. This is what's known as trunking. And basically, if I actually open it, it's shaped like this, okay? This here is going to stick to, say, the edges of the cabinet. This actually snaps open, so you can put a cable in front of it and snap it shut. Again, we'll go over it when we get there, because I will zoom you in when I'm doing it. But I got some of that. Obviously, it's a bit long. So your boy went and bought standard issue junior hacksaw because you can't cut through that with scissors. It's going to have to be a hacksaw. So that is what we've got. I don't think I've missed anything. This is a super simple setup. We're not doing humidity. We're not doing fans. Personally, I don't think I need it. If I need fans or anything like that later down the line, then I will do it. I will get some fans. But for now, I think we're fine. First things first, I'm going to need to empty this cabinet, take all the shit out of it, also known as plants, and give it a bit of a clean is step one. I'm going to put some headphones in because this whole thing might take a couple of hours. So just going to crack on. And I will narrate what I'm doing if I need to. Otherwise, I will just show you what I'm doing. For our playlist today, I don't know. I might just put my gym playlist on since that's what I'm living with. Already sweating. I've not done anything. Check this out, guys. Ah, it's rooting! So happy about this. Okay, so, don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, to be honest. Let me just unhook you really quickly so you can understand what I'm going through. So essentially, this here is like the old setup that I had when this cabinet was done completely differently. It was done in the unit and it was done for the sake of Hoya, right? It was very slapdash. So this will be useful for me, but I have old clamps here that I just need to replace probably. We're going to have to do something with this because I'm not using any of this. I might even have to cut it to get it out because I don't know if I can actually push that through. Oh, wait, I can. There we go, that's one through. I might be able to thread this all the way back through and save the cable. Not that I need it, but it's always good. Although to be fair, I think it's actually the same end that I'm gonna need. So yeah, the cabinet in its previous day had a light in the top and actually had a light on every shelf. We tried to drill through a shelf and funny enough, we actually killed said shelf, so we smashed it. So I only have these two anyway. I'm only going to need one, but you can see here the old sticky from where those other lights were. Basically they kept falling off. It was terrible, but the lights were so powerful. The cabinet was just too much and it was too hot. But given that this has less sticky on, I'm probably going to use this one to be the shelf that I keep and clean. So stage 2 now is to clean this, get this all off, get it sexual. I'll pull the other pane out and then we'll try and get these cables out. Then obviously keep cleaning it. I want to move the cabinet along because if you can just trace there, that's my radiator. But I'm pretty sure that the cabinet might fit in this gap. So that's what I want to do. That's what we're going to do. If I lose nails, I'm going to be fuming. Absolutely fuming. Oh, girl. Let's take this pane of glass out first. Okay. Oh, it's this one at the top. Just hates me. Oh, God. Oh, God. Right. It's going to have to go. Oh, Lord. I really just want to cut this cable, guys. I'm so tempted. Oh, God, it's wired in. Fuck off. Okay. I could be clever about this. Can you see this? I could be clever about this. Can't be arsed. Oh, come on. Yeah. This is how we do it. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm unscrewing it. For ease. Because somehow that's easier than cutting the cable. Right, got it. Okay. Has that helped us? Don't know. We will find out when we try and remove this now. I would say yeah. Haha! So that's kind of, yeah! Fuck yeah! We removed it! So we've got that off. I don't know if I'm going to get all this sticky shit off. I don't actually know. Maybe. I'm not too bothered. Maybe I can just put the trunking down there. I don't know. I really, really don't know. I haven't figured this one out. I need to figure out where my shelves go, but also I need to actually clean. So if I can just get the sticky off, we're off to a good start, guys. So let's just spray this with a regular cleaner first to get it clean. And now clean the glass. This could take a hot minute. Oh my God, cleaner. Let me just interrupt you for a few seconds to talk about our sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. If you want to create a website quickly and easily, then Squarespace is the tool for the job. Simply ask Squarespace's AI to write sections of your website for you based on the subject matter that you give it. It's really quick and easy to create literally anything. Take, for example, a plant shop website. Give it a name, pick the sections we want to include on our homepage, pick extra pages we might need, colors, fonts, and even a conversation style that we can use with Squarespace AI. Here's the AI writing a short section on propagating houseplants. It gives us back a lovely little blurb, and with a few more tweaks, we can change the image next to it, to make it fit with our houseplant branding. If you want to create a really sleek looking website, either for yourself or perhaps you're setting up an online business like mine, check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/Kaylee Ellen to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And back to the video. A bit of sticky just here. I just want it off as much as possible, since we don't even have to clean the other shelf. Well, that's starting to sound better already. You know what, that'll do. Let's get this wiped, just so I can see what is going on. It's not too bad. It's going to still look dirty, but that's actually the glass underneath, or the underside of this glass, which is fine. I could give it a very quick clean on the other side. Oh no, I have to. Oh no! I'm gonna need this shit off. I get as much off as possible with my hands, and then I do have a small trick up my sleeve, guys. Yes! Oh yeah! Oh, that's where it's at. Look what I got off Amazon a while ago. Not sponsored by Amazon, it's just useful. I've never used it before. We're gonna see how good it is. This is called Googone Goo and Adhesive Remover. I'm guessing, America's #1 surface safe remover. Oh. Apply it, wipe, wash. How bad could it be, guys? Yes. Should have done this on the other side. I hear you cry. I know. So do we just leave it a bit? Does it say how long we leave it for? No. Just wipe it. For extra gooey message, let it sit 5 to 10 minutes. Come on now. Oh, it smells. It smells really lemony. It's quite nice. Yeah, this is gonna need to sit a bit, guys. I can already tell. So I'm gonna pour some more on. Oh God. And then I'm gonna come back in a few minutes and we will see what occurs. Update. We're removing it. Sort of. I've got an old card that I don't use. And I'm sort of scratching along the surface with it. I've kept the liquid there. And I'm just controlling it in a very suspicious way. You know what I mean? But I'm just every so often pushing the liquid over it in order to try and move this shit. And you know what? I've been stood here for like 5 minutes trying to do it, right? And then I realised, hey, I'm going to put new sticky on here. So I don't know how much I should actually care. So if I don't get every speck off, I think providing that's in the middle, I don't really think I should give a shit because I'm going to have to put more on. So I'm almost willing to say that although this is like 90% off, I won't say it's 100% off. So my review on this stuff here, I would actually say that it works. Hang on, let me zoom you out, because that's just difficult. I would actually say that this works. I think you just have to be patient with it, and it probably depends on what the sticky thing is. I imagine on stickers it's fantastic, but this is quite a thick adhesive, so it's better than not using it, absolutely. I don't know if I'm underwhelmed or what, but I'm happy to have it. I realise this looks silly because you can see the glass beneath, but I promise you in a moment it won't. Come on! Oh my God! I can't get my little fingers under it. This doesn't usually happen. This we can clean a bit better. See, that's the bit that got left on. Right there. It's gonna piss me off, but you know what? It'd be fine. It'd be fine. I'm gonna give it a quick clean in the bottom, and I'm gonna move it. I think that's the next step, because I want it to be where I want it to be. And then I'll show you something I found, and hopefully something we can utilise. So, something I found that I thought I might have had to solve a problem with, but I probably actually don't. These two wires are the old wires from the last lights. Now, if these are the same as the new lights, we're gonna have a great time. But I don't think they are, and I think I'm gonna have to cut them because I don't actually think I can get one of them out and then another. I don't even know how these went in, but trying to thread them out is so difficult. I would rather pull them out. Oh God, never mind, I've got them out. Oh, today's going quite well. Okay then, scratch what I just said. So this is an old hole that's been there for a while, since the Great Reckoning when I originally put this cabinet up. I'm gonna work with it, obviously, but I should really be making that bigger at some point, putting like a proper cover over it and everything else, but today it's not important. So we'll leave it like that. My next conundrum is essentially the lights, and there's no other way to do this other than to just fuck around and find out. But what I also need to figure out is the shelves. So, obviously we're missing a pane of glass, but I would only really want one pane of glass in anyway. That's gonna go in the middle here. That's where I'm doing it, so half of it is glass. All I need to figure out is where I want to put these half shelves. I'm voting on the bottom because the light should still travel down and not be a problem, even though at some point the plants here are going to be met with glass. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. So my half shelves are gonna be on this little run here. I think that's the best idea. So I'm gonna get cracking with that now, and I'll just speed up my work because obviously we will be here all day. We will just be here all day. And I know you might want that, but I've only got a certain amount of light before we have to use the overhead lighting. And believe me when I say, that shit's ugly, so let's crack on. So good. So good. You'll see it in a minute. Okay guys, so the tea is, these are not the same. These new ones are actually smaller. So we're removing the old ones, and because there's some really handy screws there, we're just gonna put in the fucking new ones. I've just done the last few minutes with the microphone pointing the opposite way. I am very, very sorry. But what we've done we've screwed the tops in, but I want to show you something, okay? So, what I didn't show you before is what these lights actually look like, okay? They look like this. They're very, I'd almost say weightless. They are so, so light, okay? They have a little on-off switch here. Can you see? Yes. Then they have connector holes, we shall say, on either end, right? Now then, here is the power supply. It has an on-off and it actually has a timer function. Love that for us. But we get 4 lights in a pack, and you're probably thinking, oh my god, 4 power supplies, absolutely not. No, not required. So, what you can actually do with these lights is you can connect them together, and you're probably thinking, oh my god, very nice. It gets better because you don't have to use these. So some people put these lights in a formation, kind of staggered like this. Can we see? No. We see now, probably. So a lot of people do stagger them like this. We're not going to stagger, we're going to stick them together. But the cool thing about this is, instead of using this cable here, we can use this really handy connector, which just slots in like this. As soon as I learn how to plug these together, we get a mega light. I'll tell you something, do you want to see some sexy? That's the length of the mega light. It's virtually perfect. And this, guys, right here is why everybody uses these lights. This is the reason. This is why we're doing it. Now, as I mentioned before, they do have a power on and off on these lights. I'm not going to use these. I'm going to use the switches. So I'm going to keep them set to on for now, because when I debug it later on and I plug them in and they don't work, and I want to know why, that won't be the reason. So I'm going to clip these up, just switch these round actually, just so these switches are closer together in the middle, so when I need to fumble for them, I actually know where they are. Little clumpy clamps on. There we go. Join me down here on this shelf. So I have my 2 power supplies here, like that. We are going to need them. I'm obviously going to need the second 2 lights, like so. Just get this out. Then I will want another one of those little white connectors. Oh, that's cute. I tell you what else they give you, guys, which I will definitely plug into one of the ends. See these? They give you basically like a little plug to go in the end, so it should keep it sealed off from the elements. You can just pop it in like that. I probably can't get that out now. So if we needed to, we could do that. But, and one more thing I want to cover is, you're probably thinking, okay, great. You know, the top shelf, it had the metal clamps that you get in here, by the way, you do get plenty. You know, all's well and good, but I don't have that. I have a glass shelf. Well, my friend, they have given us, I don't know how good it is, but they've given us bits of sticky plastic basically for all the lights. And then you think, right, okay, great. I don't have glass shelving. I have like a metal, you know, like a metal grid shelf. They actually also supply you with cable ties. So any which way you want to put these shelves up, you can put them up. What more could you want? Right, I'm going to now try and do this bottom shelf. These are terrible camera angles, I've got to say. Oh, so satisfying, I swear to God. Right, we're going to try these and just see how good they are. I'm probably going to do 2 on each one. And do 1 here. On the edge. I could do 3. I might do 3 each. We've got enough stickies. Yeah, I might do 3. Fuck it, we have enough. If we didn't, then I wouldn't, but we do. I actually want to test these lights before I even stick them on, because if there's a problem, I've just stuck them underneath the glass and that's pointless. So I need to get this plug and I want to test the light, because the inner software engineer in me is telling me to test. The top lights aren't as bad because we can just unclip them, but these are going to be stuck in place. So I want to make sure this shit works, guys. You feel me? 1 minute. Need to get some power. Now that's flashing, but also I actually think that's my extension. Let me just plug it into the wall and check this properly. So the flickering is literally that extension cord, so need to not use that. But the point being is that it works. And I know my power supply is going to be coming from that direction, so I might have to shunt the light far enough so that I can get this cable moving. So it's not going to actually be in the middle, but this is something you're going to want to check when you're putting it up. So I'd actually plug this in, whereas the clips, again, you can move it backwards and forwards. This is going to be stuck in place. So I love that I'm giving a tutorial when I've never done this shit before in my entire life. It's going to be like that, so that it's going to have to shunt over a bit. Okay, got an idea. It's genius. I've got an idea. My idea is to stick it this way around, and then we'll flip the glass that way. I know that it's in the middle. Oh my god. There we go, 1 more. All right. So knowing I'm gonna flip the glass, and I know that I want the power cord to come out of that side, I'm gonna fit it this way, so then I can rotatey, and it will work. Oh, no, don't do it too early. Trial and error, guesstimation. Love that for us. Now, we flip the glass, guys. Genius! All right. You know what we could always do, but it would affect the light. You could technically frost this to disguise this, but I'm not going to do that. There is, you can't see this right now. I will try and help you see it. There is actually, in these acrylic inserts, we do actually have a little hole for a cable, so that can be pushed to the back, which means the cables go down the back, and they would go out of the bottom. But I will have to re-plug this in because it's not going to go all the way to the bottom, which that will be, it'll become obvious in a bit. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. 2 seconds, just want to look at what cables are giving me. These are all male. That's male. I only have male cables. I was hoping I would get a connector that was female. Everything is male. Story of my life. I actually thought I could use the thinner one and connect it to the other one, but they're all male, so I can't do that. So that is annoying. I really wanted this to go along there. I'm gonna do the top and I'll come right back. Right, okay guys, it's 15 minutes later and I have unfortunately betrayed you because these wonderful power supplies I'm actually not using. Now the reason is, this power supply went from this light down to, you know, the bottom through the floor fine, but when it actually got to this top one, it wasn't long enough. So I've switched them back for the original cables that were dangling in the bottom of the cabinet. So I need you to know now that that's what I have done, and therefore they are a little bit different. But that said, we're now on to cutting the trunking, and I'm going to have to basically, it's not going to be as tidy as I want, but if I can just pull that a little bit to give me some leeway, it's going to have to go back to the corner like that. It's going to run all the way down there. Can we zoom you out? No, you're right out. It's going to run down here. I do have a shelf, so I will just have to, I can either unscrew this and keep this and put the trunking in, or I can leave it in case I want more of these. I haven't decided what to do, if I'm completely honest. So it might be safer to do 2 shorter pieces of trunking and then I can maybe just route it round. And I know it will look a bit shitty, but later in life, if I then put a shelf in, I'll need to change it anyway because the holes for the cables are a little way in. So I'm going to think about that basically, but now we're on to trunking, so I'm going to have to measure and cut, measure and cut, measure and cut. I'm not going to show you the measuring and the cutting, but I will show you when I have a piece to stick on because it's easier. Now I'll show you a bit of measuring. Why not? I want to measure a little bit of trunking here, but not too much. So, ew, this is so gross. Wait, literally wait. We're not doing that. Thank you very much. Literally, what is this? So, I want to measure this, but I can't make it too long because this cable's not that bendy. So I'm going to sort of make a reasonable measurement and just see what I can get away with. I'm not after completely hidden cables because this is a black cabinet and my cables are white at the end of the day. So I just want a bit of help. And I think for a decent piece of trunking, not wedging it too much, I reckon 4 inches of trunking. Here's a tip for you though. White eyeliner. Why not? Okay, hang on. Around about 4 inches. Right, give me a sec. I just moved that. I can stand where I actually need to. Oh my god. We're gonna hacksaw it like this. I would never normally do this. This is for camera, okay? I do know to steady stuff. So Dad, you can not have a go. Get it started off. Yes! Okay, we now have a piece of trunking with a bit of sticky on it. And what happens is, can I clip this open? Can I figure out which way it clips open? Because it does clip open. Right, so this trunking is gonna open like this. The cable is gonna go through like this when it's stuck to the wall. And then that is gonna go over the top and I'm going to hide said cable. It's going to be marvelous. Let me check this. Think about which way I want that to open. How sexy is that? That is so good. Can I zoom you in while we do it? Not massively. Give me one moment. I will have to lift the tripod up with my hand. Hopefully you can see what is going on there. But it's very good, I assure you. Come on! Alright. Yeah. Whoop. Doesn't want to really clamp shut for whatever reason. You know what, it's close enough. It's close enough. Okay, no, it's fine. It was me not being rough enough. Oh, that is so sexy. That is so sexy. Right, now listen, honestly, listen. That is what we're now going to replicate down here. I'm going to do it probably on this back part, just so I can cover some of this shit here. Hang on, you can't see. So we've got some of this. I'm just going to use the trunking here on this back part to cover some of this, I think. And it will look real cute. So I'm going to do that. I'll give you a wide shot of me doing it, and then we'll come back when I've done the rest of the cabinet, because nobody needs to see me cut this a million times. Brainwave. Yeah, I know I'm flushed. I'm going to test with this and fit it, maybe, while this is here, so that if I change my mind later and I buy more shelves, we've already fitted it, guys. How good would that be? Because I'm going to know how much to leave. Like that. I'm going to know. Like that, see? Does it look sexy right now? No, it doesn't. But let me tell you something, right? If I ever need to buy another one of these, okay? I've now wired it through this hole, and I know. It is what it is. Maybe I can pull it through some slack at the bottom until I need it, but that's definitely what I'm gonna do, because I might want some more of these. This is a brainwave. Literally flushed from using a hacksaw. Let's get this open. Make sure it's all opening the same way. So this one up here opened this way out, so this is also going to do the same thing. Oh, that is fucking stunning. Look at that shit. Look at that. Oh my lord. Love this. Oh my god, this trunking is actually really hard to push closed. You can see there where it's supposed to catch. It just... There we go. Yeah. Once it's in, it's fine. You know what I mean? Right, listen. I know this is annoying, but quite literally, I will probably buy more of these because it just seems too useful. Because now it looks fine. See what I'm saying? Please tell me you agree that this looks fine. Let me just take you off the tripod. This looks fine. Alright, fair enough. When the shelf is not there, it looks a bit weird. But I'm gonna go out and buy more of these so fast you would not believe. So it will look fine, okay? It will look fine. What I'll probably do is today I'll finish building it, obviously, and I might show you it in a couple of days' time when everything's in and nice. I'll show you when I'm finished, but then I'll show you it again so you can really see. And I will, sorry, I'm screwing you back on. I will probably get 2 more of these because honestly, I think they're kind of worth it. Low-key, absolutely loving them, so. That looks so good though, I can't even tell you. I could have been a bit more, like, disciplined with it and taken it further. I just want room for the cable to manipulate itself because it's so thick. So now I'm going to take you to the bottom, we'll do the bottom half. This differs now because we have 2 cables wanting to come down. So while I've done that one up there, this one I don't think can do that because I don't think we're getting 2 in this trunking, but we can check to see if I'm getting 2 in this trunking. Give me 1 minute. I have not found a better way to open this than to literally use a screwdriver. It would help if I actually peeled off the plastic though. So there's one way to check to see if we can get 2 in 1. I would love it if we could, but I'm very skeptical, guys, because these are fat boys. Right, okay. Slightly annoying, but we could do one there. I had another tiny little bit somewhere that I'm using for the 4-inch piece. Where's my little 4-incher? He said unto me. What I'm wondering is, if I had slightly thicker trunking, then great, and you could buy 2 different sizes, by the way, to get both cables in. This is just not going to do it for me, and I'm not going to go and buy more trunking, so just to test my theory, that's the sticky there. This is the sticky here, just pretend these are the same. I could put one here, and then one here, and it will look kind of fine, as long as they open the right way. It won't look perfect, but it'll look pretty good, if I'm honest. So I'm probably going to do that. Nice big piece of trunking, probably another 12 inches. Let's go. See, marking on, as easy as that. Totally recommend white eyeliner, by the way. This has been a steal doing it that way. If you're wondering how to get started on this, by the way, if you move the hacksaw down over, the easiest maneuver you can make, and if you do that a few times, you'll get started, if that makes sense. And in the way that you would use a bread knife, let the saw do the work, okay? So you don't have to force the saw across it, just let it do the work. Push lightly, but you don't have to push hard, I promise. I don't think I should be getting this flushed. 2 very wonky pieces of 12 inches. I'm gonna just stick it on. Right, push, Kaylee. Stop being a fucking pussy. And push. Just push. How big? Jesus. Right. You can get like one wire behind, and I'm kind of letting it happen because this is so short on the bottom. Here we are, I guess. I can always pull it through at a later date, I think. Okay, we've nearly lost light. However, you just straddle all the shit. This isn't fully plugged in yet. I need a better extension. I need a smart plug. I need all the things because we changed the wiring and now I don't have on off. That's fine. I will sort it and come back and show you when it's sorted. But I'm going to turn on the big reveal, put the lights on so you can see it empty. And then I will likely put stuff in it off camera, come back a few days later when I'm gonna style it, and then show you again with the smart features and everything else. So I'm gonna give you the big reveal, and then I will take you inside the cabinet so you can see the wiring while there's nothing in it. I am absolutely knackered. Yeah, I have a dodgy extension, so this is why we need another one. How nice? Tell me that ain't good. It still needs cleaned on the glass on the outside, but it's fine. Excuse all the shit that's still on the floor. I haven't tidied it yet. So, bottom to top. In the bottom, we start with the holes that I had originally, and these are the cables that I had originally. So these are not These are not these, which is a shame, but these were just too short. I don't have any spare wiring to start cutting things up, rewiring it. We don't need to, it's fine. It is a bit snug under here, I will say that. This short plug has only come out this far, but again, I'll sort that out. It'll just take some time. I'll probably even put a cage on underneath and keep that up there, but for now, it's okay. It's not causing any problems. We start with the bottom. We have double trunking on the bottom just because I didn't think I would get the 2 wires in, and to be fair, I didn't. I've left a generous loop around this shelf just so I can get it in nicely. It could have been done better. I probably could have wedged 2 cables down the side, but I haven't. However, one thing I will say is, because this trunking just pops back open, if I wanted to, I could just pull it all taut further down. Do you see what I'm saying? The reason I like this trunking is because if I want to change it, I can change it and I can move that cable down. But I've left it as it is. It doesn't personally bother me. It's fine. I don't think it's something that we're going to really be seeing. I think it's okay. So yeah, double trunking on the bottom, double trunking on the next run. By the time we get to the upper shelf, obviously we're back on 1. But this is the wonderful, just so you can really see what it looks like, the wonderful Perspex shelves. I will just grab, 1 minute. I'll just grab the other shelf. Sorry, I am out of breath. This has been a long day. But I show you, it's supposed to go that way, I think. Yeah. Just show you how they're supposed to sit when there's 2 of them in there like this. I will link these on Amazon for you guys. You can get things like this on Etsy, but I didn't get mine from Etsy because Amazon was better for me. So that's what that looks like on the bottom. I am actually going to put this back up here now. There we go. Just want to put that in there. There we go. To be honest, when that wire's through, it almost hooks it on. So that's what that looks like. This is the top of the light running along here. The sticky things are holding it really, really strongly on. Like, I cannot move that. That is really strong. So whatever they give you is enough. I did, however, and again, pro tip, I stuck it on top and I made sure that it was plugged in before I stuck it on. Because if you put this right in the middle, I'm telling you now, you're going to have to re-stick it because you're not going to get your cord in. So no one's going to notice, I promise, but just shunt it over, and when you try it on for size, keep that plugged in. So that's what that looks like. If I come in so you can see, sorry, it's probably going to blast the camera up. That's what it looks like. Super small, super cutesy. It's not giving off much heat because it's all LED, it's all low energy. We love that shit. So from here we only have 1 section of trunking, and I've actually ran it up the diagonal of the cabinet. If you want to do 1 set of trunking, you can, depending on your cables, then great. It'll be even more betterer, shall we say. I've left this because I wasn't going to put black trunking here, and it's more invisible me doing nothing with it, so I've left that for now. And then obviously we just have a bit of wire here. Again, I was deliberately generous with it. However, if I want to, 99% sure I can take these shelves off, clip open all of the trunking, and just thread it down a little bit better, so it is editable, which is why I really like this, and honestly, why I actually suggest trunking. So I've left it like that for now. You could obviously move these, like 2 on the bottom, 1 here and 1 here would look very cute. I might leave it like this, I might alternate it like that. To show you for the sake of it, I'm kind of leaving it here so that this makes some sense, so it's not just ridiculous and hovering in the middle of nowhere with a loop. But if you wanted to, look, I could literally, well, it's supposed to go that way technically, on a technical level. Yeah, you can kind of do what you want with it. I might buy more of these. I want to see how I go when I style it. Oh, the top. I forgot all about the top. So obviously, again, this doesn't have to be here. You can open the trunking. You can do what you want. Great, cool. This, I probably should have removed this. This is my fault. I think at the time, I said I planned on putting the trunking down here, not realizing I could just put it diagonally. Whatever, it's fine. It'll be fine. I can always just try and gently take it off or whatever. Then up here, I've left a little bit just so the cable can actually bend. I wasn't, hell-bent on getting it all the way to the corner. And again, I've given it a healthy amount so that the cable could bend at the top, and that is plugged into 2 of these lights here. Remember, you don't have to do this formation. You could do 1 light, here, and then loop them with that other wire I showed you for in the kit, and then do the other one further back. Honestly, this cabinet is narrow enough. I don't think you need to do that. Personally, if you want my advice, this look is cleaner and sleeker. But I just want to stand back and show you because I'm really happy about this. I'm literally losing light. It's quite dark, but I'm really, really happy with this. I want to stand a little bit further back. There. How good is that? That looks sick. And you know what? The light to me doesn't even look overpowering. It genuinely looks really good. So at some point, I will come back to you when I've styled it. See you soon. I now have to tidy up all of this shit all over my kitchen because it's almost feeding time for my cats. So I'm going to do that now. I'm absolutely exhausted. So this is the finished cabinet. It's not fully styled. I've sort of styled it. I reserve the right to change what's in it and move it around. I've just kind of done it for the video. There's a couple of stragglers in there that I probably wouldn't normally have in there, but I'm going to take you through, not a tour, but I'm just going to zoom in a little bit and show you what it is like in terms of the lights, because a tour will be separate, but this is kind of what I've done. These cabinet doors have been open a little while. I've got to say it was about 65 degrees, but the temperature's probably reasonably accurate. Maybe it's dropped a degree, if that. This is kind of what I've got going on. Love that. Some begonia, some Hoya, a really scraggly ghost, more begonia, Delta Force, some other little bits and pieces. But as you can see, the wiring is still awesome. I did manage to put my cabinet on a smart timer now, and that's with 2 separate plugs, both turning on and off at the same time. I think I'm setting them on at about, I want to say 8 a.m. and they're off at 6 p.m. and that will do for now, at least in winter. I might need it on less in the summer. We shall see. Here is the bottom. Again, looking cutesy. This has responded unbelievably well to the lights. These have been in here maybe about a week and everything is looking pretty good. I've put this plant in here, this beautiful fern, hopefully to get more blue again, because since it left its old home, it's not quite as blue anymore, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But that is the cabinet all finished. At some point I will give you a separate tour, of course. Give it a bit of time. Let's make sure that it does end up staying as it does. But that's kind of it. Thank you for watching. If you want any updates, please subscribe, follow the channel. Would love to have you. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye, guys.